It is easy to fall in love with a new vehicle. The smell of the interior, the smooth acceleration on the highway, the promise of prestige. Modern marketing is designed to sell you a lifestyle, and it works exceptionally well. But when we step into a showroom, we usually ask the wrong question. We look at the sticker on the window, or we ask the salesperson for the monthly payment. We focus entirely on the price of acquiring the machine rather than the cost of keeping it. This leads to one of the most common financial dilemmas faced by buyers in Saudi Arabia. Should you buy that vehicle outright with cash, or should you sign up for a long-term financing plan? Look at this split screen tracking two identical vehicles, both with a showroom price of 230,000 riyals. If we follow a cash buyer and a finance buyer along a 5-year timeline, their actual financial outcomes rapidly diverge. By year 5, there is a 50,000 riyal gap in their final wealth. That massive gap is created by hidden variables most buyers never calculate: profit rates on the financing, differences in severe depreciation, and the lost potential of investing that money elsewhere all quietly compound in the background. To accurately measure this, we have to look past the sticker price and calculate a metric called the total cost of ownership, or TCO. Watch as the sticker price breaks down into the actual formula. Your true cost equals the purchase price, plus financing fees, mandatory insurance, maintenance, fuel, and repairs. Then you subtract the vehicle's resale value. The resulting number is your total cost of ownership. The reality is simple. Dealerships sell machines. Financing companies sell time. If you ignore the TCO formula and base your decision strictly on a comfortable monthly payment, you will silently bleed wealth over the next 5 years. The financial drain usually starts before you even discuss payment methods. It begins with a mismatch between what you buy and how you actually drive. Buying a heavy-duty 7-seat SUV with advanced off-road packages, when you primarily commute through the congested streets of Riyadh or Dammam, forces you to pay tens of thousands of riyals for capabilities you will rarely use. Once you select a category, you encounter the dealership's most effective tool: incremental anchoring. The salesperson offers a leather interior for an extra 15,000 riyals, then a larger engine for 20,000. Your brain evaluates each small upgrade individually, making them feel affordable. This chart illustrates the psychology. Your baseline budget is 180,000 riyals. Adding leather, a larger engine, and premium trim balloons the price to 240,000. This inflated price triggers a domino effect. Higher values require higher insurance premiums and replacement parts. Operating costs scale up instantly. But the single most expensive cost of owning a car is completely invisible while you drive it: depreciation. This line graph tracks the 5-year resale value of 2 vehicles purchased for 230,000 riyals. Vehicle A holds its value, dropping to 160,000. Vehicle B plunges to 110,000. That is a 50,000 riyal difference in lost wealth, far exceeding most financing fees.
Prioritizing luxury features, panoramic roofs, or short-term styling trends over a vehicle's historical resale value guarantees a massive financial loss the moment you decide to sell. Now you must decide how to pay for it. Handing over the full price in cash immediately drains your liquid wealth. The mechanics of the cash buyer are straightforward. You deploy 230,000 riyals upfront. You avoid all profit charges from the bank. You owe nothing, and the vehicle is yours from day one. The trade-off is a severe loss of immediate liquidity. You have tied up hundreds of thousands of riyals in a machine that drops in value every day. If a family emergency or economic downturn occurs, your cash reserves are depleted. You also suffer from opportunity cost. That 230,000 riyals can no longer be invested in a business or a portfolio that might generate returns over the next 5 years. This side-by-side comparison illustrates financing. The buyer puts down 46,000 riyals and finances the rest. The immediate advantage is capital preservation. The buyer keeps 184,000 riyals highly liquid in their savings bar, ready for investments or emergencies. But this flexibility has a harsh price. With financing fees and profit charges, the total purchase cost climbs to approximately 270,000 riyals. Furthermore, the buyer takes on strict long-term debt obligations, adding risk if income drops. The math demands a trade-off. Paying cash eliminates financial fees, but destroys liquidity. Financing preserves your capital, but guarantees a mathematically higher total purchase price. Because of opportunity costs and depreciation, there is no universal right answer. The correct payment method depends entirely on your personal financial ecosystem. We can map this out with a simple decision tree to analyze your cash reserves, investment potential, and risk tolerance. First, the liquidity-rich optimizer. You have the 230,000 reals in cash, but you also have access to investments that generate returns higher than the loan's profit rate. For this profile, financing is the optimal choice. Your preserved capital working in the market will generate more wealth than you lose to the bank's financing fees. Next is the debt-averse saver. You have the cash, but you lack reliable, high-yield investment options. You also plan to keep this vehicle for 7 years or more. In this scenario, paying cash outright is your safest move. You eliminate all financial fees and debt risk, and since you are holding the vehicle long-term, the immediate hit to your liquidity is justified by the savings on interest. Finally, the monthly payment maximizer. You do not have the cash, and you are trying to stretch the financing term to 6 or 7 years just to make the monthly payment fit into your salary. The strict recommendation here is to stop. Do not make the purchase. Relying on extended loan terms proves you cannot afford the total cost of ownership. You need to downgrade to a less expensive vehicle category. A vehicle should support your financial stability, not compromise it. The smartest question you can ask yourself in the showroom is not, can I afford this monthly payment? It is, can I comfortably absorb the true cost of owning this machine for the next 5 years?